Business Brain, episode 701 for Casual FridAI, November 14th, National Pickle Day, 2025.
Sweet pickles.
Oh, no, dill. Only dill.
No way.
Only dill. Oh, no. Half sour, my friend. Half sour pickles. That's the best. Welcome to Business Brain, the show where we take some ideas, we crunch them, we dissect them, we marinate them like a good half sour pickle, and we use them to tune our business brains each and every week so that we can keep on living those charmed lives. Our sponsors for today include Shopify.com/businessbrain, where you're going to sign up for your $1 per month trial period, and QuickBooks.com/payroll, which is where Intuit QuickBooks Payroll is, and you can take control of your payroll today. We'll talk more about those in a minute. For now, here in Durham, New Hampshire, I'm Dave Hamilton.
And Lafayette, California, I'm Shannon Jean. Happy to be here.
You really don't like, you prefer sweet pickles to like the dill pickles, huh?
I don't like dill pickles at all.
That's so fascinating to me. I don't care for sweet pickles.
I don't go out of my way to eat sweet pickles either.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose, I would only choose a sweet pickle.
Yeah. See, I will go out of my way to
have
eat
a good
dill pickles. And then the best part is when you finish the dill pickles, you can drink the juice.
This is the problem, because one of the things that I can't stand is when I order a sandwich. And I want to. I'm not a vegetable guy. I don't want any lettuce. I don't want any tomatoes on my sandwich. Okay. I want it to
and a lot of dill pickles.
No, but what they do is they put a slice of pickle on your plate, and that nasty juice runs into your sandwich, which effectively makes it a pickle sandwich.
That juice is the nectar of the gods.
No,
it's good, and it's good for you. Like I find,
I'm sure it's everything tastes bad. It's good for you.
Oh no, it tastes so good. I like to drink that the morning after I have a gig. Because it helps replenish. Pickle juice is so good.
No, I can't do it.
We've made cocktails with pickle juice. We do it all the time.
Yeah,
it's
my
great.
wife loves it, but I can't.
Yeah, it's not your thing.
No.
You know what I have found that's fun is in for our FridAI in ChatGPT. I have CarPlay. I'm an iPhone person.
Same.
I noticed recently I was going into if you go into settings, general car. This is on your iPhone. So where you get to your CarPlay settings.
Okay, we go.
Great.
Okay.
So you go to settings, general CarPlay, and then in CarPlay you have apps, and now widgets is a new thing in iOS 26. You got to go to your car. So settings, general CarPlay, your car, and then you have apps or widgets. If you go to widgets, you can add up to 5 widgets, and there is now a ChatGPT widget that you can add. And these widgets are accessible by swiping the window to the right, which sort of moves everything to the left. They are all the way to one end. As you swipe everything to the right, you'll finally see your widgets. And then you can swipe up and down to get through them. You have widgets like news or weather. You can have your calendar there. The third-party apps obviously can publish widgets like ChatGPT has.
Oh, doing it right now. Look at that.
Now, here's the thing, though.
Yes.
It's great, sort of.
Okay.
You get 3 options when you pull up the ChatGPT widget. There's one big one at the top, and then right kind of in a square. Yep, Shannon's showing us the square there. No, that's Pickle Day. Yep, there you go.
Looking at it right there.
But it's a square. There's one long one, sort of wide one at the top. That will simply launch ChatGPT into text interaction mode. So it seems like maybe that's not such a great idea.
No.
Even worse idea is the first little circle button, which looks like a camera, and it will put ChatGPT into take a picture mode. Also seems like a bad idea while you're driving.
That does seem like a bad idea. Yeah.
The final one in the lower right-hand corner of what you see on your screen, it's a little circle, will bring you to ChatGPT voice conversation mode. However, you will try these in your car, and none of them will work until you unlock your phone. So you have to wake up and unlock your phone.
Every time?
Why? Yep. Why you have to do that to interact with this seems counterintuitive and certainly unsafe to me. But once you get your phone unlocked, then you can press that button, and it will launch into ChatGPT, and you can do your whole you can have your conversation. And having conversations with ChatGPT in the car is one of my favorite things.
Yeah, that I want to come back to that. But
Sure.
you have to unlock it every time?
Yes. So this is, and I think it's Apple that put us in this scenario, which makes no sense. They've done some things with CarPlay in the last few iterations. Like now, if your car is moving, the number of items you get in a list is shorter.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if I'm going to scroll down this list, wouldn't it be better if I not do it with my phone in my hand?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to scroll down this list now. Like you're frustrating me. It's
yes.
So anyway, I have no doubt that this is some safety feature from Apple that doesn't make any sense. But alas,
that's cool. Your comment about having conversations with ChatGPT you can't just let that slide by. Because
I'm not going to let that slide by.
So important if you're using ChatGPT and you want to become more familiar with ways to use it that you may not be thinking about. I just have found that being in the car by yourself, having conversations and asking to learn about different topics is phenomenal. And what's great about it is among just the knowledge, but how it does it where, you've mentioned on the show here too, is you're in charge of the cadence, right? So you could ask a question, it'll answer you, and then you could be sitting there thinking for 10 minutes or 10 hours and just start again. And ChatGPT has no idea there's been any sort of delay.
Doesn't care.
It's not built that way. So you can then go back in. I've done this with one of my examples I've used on the show here is I've had this property up in the mountains that has a well, and I've had some problems with it. I know nothing about wells. Well, now I do, because I've talked to ChatGPT for like an hour at different times about here's the problem I'm having. What are the possible issues? Recommend things. It's just a game changer. In any topic you want to learn about, customer service ideas and who's got what best practices, entrepreneurship, your car. I mean, I talked to it about fixing a washing machine up at one of our vacation rentals last weekend. It's amazing.
If you are at a loss for something that you want it to teach you about, ask it for ideas. Because the more I use ChatGPT, of course, the more it knows about me and just what I'm interested in or what I have a thing too. We didn't talk about swatting, did we? SWOT? No. Okay, I we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it knows things about you, and so you can ask it, hey, what's something that I should know about? I've got 20 minutes. Let's have a conversation, and it will it'll tell you. Like it'll happily tell you. Yes.
Yeah, and now I have my Limitless pendant tied into ChatGPT, so it has access to that data.
There you go.
About what I'm doing each day. So it's even more useful that I can say, tell me about this call or do whatever. And it's super great. One last thing on CarPlay. You'll see, I've been reading a lot about General Motors getting rid of CarPlay in their vehicles. If anybody's listening, I just would not buy a car without CarPlay. If anybody from GM is listening, there's no way I would ever own another car without CarPlay. I have a Chevy truck that has it still, thankfully.
Yeah.
My wife's Jeep, which is a Chrysler product, but that has it. And it's like I couldn't imagine functioning going back to some weird interface with without CarPlay. Forget it. I'm not doing it.
It's crazy.
I wouldn't buy your car.
Crazy talk. I agree. It's because they want to sell subscriptions and all that stuff. Monthly recurring revenue. I love that.
It's just a bad solution.
I do too. All right. I have things to share about how I've been using ChatGPT. The next thing that I want to share is I want to talk about our sponsors. And running a business means wearing about 12 different hats, right? It's somehow payroll always manages to be the one that gives you hat head, right? That's why I love Intuit QuickBooks Payroll. This is the all-in-one platform that connects payroll, time tracking, HR, and financial insights all in one place. With QuickBooks Payroll, I can see every dollar, every hour, and every job cost without bouncing between spreadsheets or guessing at profitability. It integrates with your books automatically. It'll handle taxes and give you real-time financial clarity. This is the kind of thing that'll save you like half a day a week, which is huge when you're trying to live your charmed life and still keep your business humming, right? So whether you're hiring, onboarding, or scaling your team, QuickBooks Payroll makes it super easy. AI and automation handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on the work that actually drives your business forward, not just keeps the lights on. And, if QuickBooks Payroll were a team member, it'd be the one who shows up early, never complains, and somehow brings you coffee or tea exactly the way you like it. Take control with QuickBooks Payroll today. Learn more by going to quickbooks.com/payroll. That's quickbooks.com/payroll. Take control of your time, your team, and your business with QuickBooks Payroll. And our thanks to QuickBooks Payroll for sponsoring this episode. And you know how it is. When you're running a business, there's a lot of things that keep us up at night, right? Product ideas, marketing plans, maybe that one weird email from your web host that you haven't opened yet. But one thing I never lose sleep over, selling. And that's because I use our sponsor, Shopify. Shopify isn't just a platform, it's your built-in business partner. It powers 10% of all U.S. e-commerce and helps entrepreneurs like us sell anywhere, online, in person, or even from the beach. Not that I've tried fulfilling orders from a hammock yet. Maybe I have, actually. Yeah, it totally works. With Shopify, you get everything in one place. Gorgeous store templates that make your brand look sharp from day one. Inventory management, secure payments, analytics, and marketing tools that actually help you grow. And that magical purple Shop Pay button, that is the best converting checkout on the planet. Your customers, they already love it. Your accountant already loves it. If that button could run for president, it might win. So whether you're just getting started or scaling to the stars, Shopify gives you the tools to build, sell, and live your charmed life. It's time to turn your big business idea into ka-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling at shopify.com/businessbrain. Go to shopify.com/businessbrain. One more time, shopify.com/businessbrain. And our thanks to Shopify for sponsoring this episode. All right, I want to share some tips that I have learned. With ChatGPT, and I think this happens with any of the LLMs. It's not limited to just ChatGPT. You have one chat going, you started it, and you just keep going with it, and you keep iterating on it, and eventually it stops remembering things that you talked about, and then it gets to a point where it's just completely tied in knots, right?
The answers get worse and worse. The output gets worse and worse. It starts telling you it's outputting things when it's not. I've had it where it's like it's supposed to be creating an image and then keep going, and it'll say image, and nothing will be there.
It just gets stuck. Is where I believe ChatGPT is running into the limitations of its current context window, meaning all of the sort of moving parts that it has in place for that particular chat, it can't hold them all in memory at the same time. And so things start getting discombobulated. And I've asked ChatGPT how to solve these problems over the years, and its general advice is start a new chat.
Yeah.
Now, what I've done is I've said, okay, summarize everything in this chat so I can give it to you to start a new chat.
Yeah,
and that way
really
you're getting
important.
some context. But there's a way to get even more of the context to sort of transfer over. And that is by using ChatGPT projects. If you take the existing sort of, monolithic chat that you have going, create a project, and then you can move chats in and out of projects.
Yes.
And you move the chat into a project, start a new one there.
When you say move, you're telling ChatGPT to move the content into a project.
Yeah, you right click if you're on your browser, hold down on your phone.
If you want to move it, man, okay. You can also just tell it
Oh,
do
that's
it.
true. You could just type to do it. That's right.
I say,
yes.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Yep. Put this in my whatever project, and it'll go there. And I've found that to be a pretty. It's not perfect, and I'm always a little frustrated when I get to a point with a chat where it starts hitting that wall because it's like, dang it, man! I really wanted to kind of like keep going with this, but you can't. It's just how it be. And maybe actually, I know that ChatGPT 6, OpenAI has talked about expanding the context window as one of the sort of primary things that they're working on with ChatGPT 6. Well, they've said, Sam Altman said something along the lines of what we hear from our customers is that you want ChatGPT to know more about you.
Yeah.
And to be more aware, and so that's context, and so there you go.
Yeah.
So
that's a key part of why it's so impactful, and it's also part of their walled garden, right? We talk about ChatGPT a lot. But I know that Claude is amazing. I know that Perplexity is awesome. I do use Perplexity. I use their Comet browser, which I think is huge, and using the agent to find things. It's amazing in there and to do things for you. But I've uploaded over, let's just say hundreds of pages of content into my ChatGPT, hundreds of transcripts of calls, coaching calls, workshops, webinars that I've done. So it knows so much. And then I just prompt it.
They didn't create the walled garden. You did.
I did. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
the important part is that I've had actually for a little while as like if we need something for FridAI, what would a topic be? And one of them is, which LLM do you use? And the answer is, it doesn't matter as long as you keep using the same one.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's not entire. There are nuances to that. Like if I'm programming, Claude is
totally
is number one. Right? But now Claude has all of that context. But it would be really nice if Claude also had all of sort of my business logic context that it could then apply when I'm writing code for the business, right? So that part is kind of frustrating. And of course, no one's created an export function yet.
No. Or there's not an LLM aggregator that could tap into each of your accounts. That would be interesting too.
Perplexity kind of does. Perplexity will let you use, but it's not your accounts. It's just the different LLMs. But That's
right. I mean, this project idea, it's so powerful. Yeah. And especially when I use it a lot to create outlines that I can then go finish.
Yeah,
and it's
go flesh
a
out.
Great way to start. And I'll ask it a question. I'll say, okay, hey, I want to talk about this topic for my newsletter this week.
Sure.
We're in my news. Have I talked about this before? In what context? It gives me this information, but gives it back because I upload every newsletter to a project. I have a newsletter folder project, and then I'll say, okay, let's create an outline, do it this, that, and the other, and it's like you tapping into all the ways I've written before because I want it in my voice.
Right.
And then I can take that, I get that outline, and then I'm like, great. It kind of gives me the guide. Like, all right, now I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that. It's super powerful, man. It's just
That's crazy,
incredible how it works, and it's just a great tool to lean on. And this is why autonomous humanoid robots with this kind of data
we're going to see them. Like you and I are going to get to have them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There's that Neo one that
we talked about last week.
We talked about it, right? Yeah. But that $500 a month price point, it's a total no-brainer. I think I probably want to have like 5 of them around the house. Just doing stuff, fixing things. But anyway, it's great. I love it.
There.
The future is bright. You just have to know how to use it.
Well, and that's what we're doing here is learning. Yeah. We're learning. Like we're not the experts. We're all just beginner's mind here. So
that's right.
Send in your stuff, feedback@businessbrain.show, because we want to learn from you too, and then we can amplify what you're sharing with everybody, and that's a wonderful thing. So,
got it.
Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Again, feedback@businessbrain.show. Make sure you send that stuff in and review us. There's still time.
you win a MacBook.
Businessbrain.show/review. You can win a MacBook. Send in your review. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Keep on living that charmed life.